डियर स्टूडेंट, सेट ऑफ क्वेश्चन के सीरीज में आज का टॉपिक है किंग्स एंड क्रॉनिकल। थीम 9, क्लास 12th, मेडिवल इंडिया। शुरू करते हैं अपना पहला सेगमेंट 1 मार्क क्वेश्चन से। पहला क्वेश्चन है, टू रूल ओवर लार्ज हेट्रोजेनस पॉपुलेशन मुगल्स एडॉप्टेड डैश सिस्टम ऑफ गवर्नेंस। चॉइस है इसमें टिरनी, ए बी डिक्टेटरशिप, सी डिवाइन विल एंड डी ओलिगार्की। आपको इसमें चूज करना है। Second question, what reasons were given for writing chronicles? Third question, what are chronicles? Fourth question, what did Mughals refer to themselves? Again choice, A. Timurids, B. Fatimids, C. Sultan, D. Mongols. Question 5, Babur was related to dash from mother's side and dash from father's side. You have to fill these blanks. Question 6, who wrote Jungle Book? Since this book's name is mentioned in the chapter, therefore the question. Question 7, homeland of Babur was A. Fargana, B. Khurasan, C. Multan, D. Kufa. You have to choose among them. Question number 8, which language did Babur speak? Again choice, A. Persian, B. Pashtun, C. Turkish, D. Aramaic. Question number 9. Before entering India, where did Babur establish himself? Again choice, A. Fargana, B. Hindu Kush, C. Kabul, D. Lahore. You have to choose among them. Anyone. Question 10. Who was Babur's successor? Again choice, A. Nasiruddin Humayun, B. Sher Shah Suri, C. Jahangir, D. Akbar. Question 11. Why was Akbar considered the greatest Mughal? 12. The visible center of power of Mughals was, again choice, A. Court, B. Household, C. Mosque, D. Baradari. Question 13. Name the 3 capitals of Mughals. 14. Who were Chagatai Turks? 15. What are manuscripts? Question continued. What was the Mughal center of manuscript production called? Question 16. Who all were involved in creation of manuscript in Mughal period or Mughal center? Question 17. Name the 2 artists from Iran who made their way to Mughal court accompanying Humayun to Delhi. 18. Iranian painter Dash contributed to spreading the fame of Safavid court far and wide. Again 19 question. Name the 2 most illustrated Mughal chronicles. 20. Name the authors of these 2 chronicles, the most illustrated chronicles. You have to name the authors as well. Question number 21. Who founded Asiatic Society of Bengal in 1784? The person who undertook the task of editing, printing and translation of many Indian manuscripts. Question 22. Who translated Akbarnama in 20th century in English? 23. Abul Fazl's idea of divine light on Mughal king was inspired by which Iranian Sufi? Question 24. Define or describe Sulh Kul. You have a choice here. A. Absolute power, B. Absolute peace, C. Absolute anarchy, and D. A festival. You have to choose among these 4. Question 25. Match the following 4 essence of subjects protected by emperor with their meaning. Now you have A, B, C, D are the terms and 1, 2, 3, 4 are their meaning. You have to match them. A is Jan, B is Mal, C is Nemus and D is Deen. And the meanings are 1. Honor, 2. Life, 3. Faith and 4. Property. Match them. Question 26. Akbar commissioned the construction of marble tomb of which Sufi saint in Fatehpur Sikri? Again choice, A. Nizamuddin Aulia, B. Moinuddin Chishti, C. Salim Chishti and D. Bakhtiyar Kaki. Question 27. The Buland Darwaza, the arched gateway at Fatehpur Sikri, reminded visitors of Mughal victory of which place? Again choice A Rajasthan, B Bengal, C Gujarat and D Lahore. Again you have to mark any one. Question number 28. Under which Mughal emperor the capital moved from Agra to Delhi and when? That is the year as well. Question 29. Name the major constructions carried out in Delhi under Mughal emperor. 30. What was Chahar Taslim and Zameen Bose or Zameen Bosa? Who introduced these in Mughal court? Question 31. Name the English envoy in Jahangir's court which King of England had sent this envoy to. Which King of England had sent this envoy to India? So you have to name the envoy as well as the king who sent him to India. Both, two names. Question 32. What was Jharokha Darshan? Who introduced it? 33. The title of Mirza Raja accorded by Aurangzeb was given to which two of his highest ranking nobles. Question number 34. Jahanara designed which architectural project of Shahjahanabad? Question 35. Humayun Nama was written by whom? A. Gulbadan Begum, B. Noorjahan Begum, C. Jahanara and D. Roshanara. Choose among them. Question 36. The first Rajput chief to join Akbar's imperial service was, again choice, A. Raja Man Singh, B. Raja Bharmal Kachwaha, C. Amar Singh Rathore and D. Maharana Pratap. Again you have to choose among them. Question 37. Aurangzeb appointed which two communities at highest position? A. As his governors or as his nobles. A. Iranian and Turanis, B. Rajput and Maratha, C. Sheikh Zadas and Rajput and D. Turani and Maratha. Again you have to mark the correct one. Question number 38 in 1 mark question series. Match the following ranks with their meaning. Again A, B, C, D are the ranks and 1, 2, 3, 4 are their meaning. A is Mir Bakshi, B is Diwane Ala, C is Sadre Sudur and D is Tainate Raqab. The meanings are 1. Noble stationed at court, 2. Ministers of grants, 3. Finance minister and D or 4th is Paymaster General. You have to match them correctly. Question 39. The court writers who kept records and also the records were following. Again the names are written with their meaning and match their names with their meaning. A, B, C, D are the names. A is Waja Navis, B Vakil, C Farman and D Akhbarat. And the meanings are first order, second news, third court writer and 4 agent. You have to correctly match them. Question 40. Match the ministers of provinces with their ranks. A. Subedar, B. Faujdar, C. Kanungo and D. Chaudhary. And their ranks are revenue collection in charge 1, 2 revenue record keeper, 3 commandants and 4 governor. Match them correctly. Question 41. Match the highest sounding titles with their title holders. A. King of Kings, B. World Caesar, C. King of the World and D. Great. And the choices are Akbar 1, 2 Shah Jahan, 3 Jahangir and 4 Shahenshah. Match them correctly. Question 42. Abul Fazl described painting as A. Dying art, B. Progressive art, C. Influential art and D. Magical art. Choose the correct one. Question number 43 in 1 markers. Mughal artists began to portray emperors wearing halo, which means A. Supremacy of king, B. Beautifying the portrait, C. Divine light and D. First king of dynasty. Question 44. The ideal of Fare Azadi was, again choice, you have to choose the correct one. A. A light emanating from God, B. A festival in Mughal court, C. A book on administration and D. Absolute power of king. Choose the correct one. Question 45. Hierarchy of females in the imperial household was, the choices are given as A, B, C, D. You have to choose the correct one. A. Aga Agacha Begum. B. Aga Begum Agacha. C. Begum Aga Agacha. D. Begum Agacha and Aga. Mark the correct one. Question 46. Mansabs comprising two numerical designations were A. Jat and Path. B. Mat and Path. C. Zat and Mat. And D. Zat and Sawar. You have to mark the correct one. Question 47. The first Jesuit mission reached Mughal court at, where did it reach? At A. Agra. B. Fatehpur Sikri. C. Multan and D. Lahore. Mark the correct one. Question 48. Choose the correct statement. All Mughal chronicles were written in Turkish. A. That is the first choice. Second, all Mughal chronicles were in Hindi. Third, all Mughal chronicles were in Sanskrit. Fourth, all Mughal chronicles were written in Persian. Choose the correct statement. Coming to question number 49. Choose the correct statement again. A, or first, Mughal chronicles highlight problems of common people. Second, Mughal chronicle gives an account of administration only. Third, Mughal chronicles give the life history of Aurangzeb only. And fourth, the Mughal chronicle focus on events centered around ruler, his court, his family and nobles. Please choose the correct one. And the last question in the set of question 1 mark segment is 50th question, that is after 1707. First, you have to choose the correct one. Mughal dynasty expanded to Iran. Second, Mughal dynasty declined after Aurangzeb's death. Third, Mughal dynasty flourished under Aurangzeb. And fourth, expanded under Bahadur Shah Zafar II. Again, you have to choose the correct one. This completes the 1 mark questions. Second segment is consisting with 3 marks question. Let's start from the first question, 3 mark question. First is, what are chronicles? What are their significance? Again, I repeat, like my previous videos, that many questions are repeated for your better practice. Second question, write a brief history of Mughal emperors. Question number 3, to what extent did Akbar expand his northern frontier? Which rulers' expansionist design did Akbar check? Or the question can come in this way, name the rulers whose expansionist designs were checked by Akbar. Question number 4, name the institutions of Mughal imperial structure created in 16th and 17th century. Question 5, what was the importance of Persian language during Akbar's reign? Question 6, explain the process of manuscript production in the Mughal court. Question 7, how were the work of people involved in production of manuscript recognized? Question 7, what was the importance of painting in manuscript production? Question number 9 in 3 mark series, why did painting become a source of tension between the ulemas and the Mughal rulers? How was this tension resolved? Question 10, what did the text Akbarnama contain? Question 11, who wrote Badshah Nama and for whom? Question 12, how did British preserve these texts? That is the Mughal text. Question 13, this is a statement. You have to justify. According to the Court of Chronicles, power of Mughal kings came directly from God, that is from the divine. Justify the statement in light of divine kingship as explained by Abul Fazl. Question 14, how did Mughal paintings depict the idea of divine kingship? Again, you can see the repetition of questions. Question number 15, what was the idea of Sulah Kul? How was it implemented? Question 17, how did Abul Fazl define sovereignty as social contract? Question 17, how did emperor honor just sovereignty? 18, why did Akbar shift his capital fort from Agra to Fatehpur Sikri? Question 19, again a statement, building activity in monarchical culture was the most visible sign of dynastic power among Mughals. Justify the statement with reference to Shah Jahan's passion for building. 20, explain the physical arrangement of Mughal court. 21. How does chronicle lay down type of salutation in Mughal court? 22. What protocols govern the diplomatic envoys in Mughal court? How did the behavior of Thomas Roe shock the courtiers in Jahangir's court? Continuing with question number 23, explain when and how the titles were granted in Mughal court and how did titles decide the position of a person in the court? Question 24, what do you mean by Mansabdari system? 25, how was the record keeping of various court documents done in Mughal court? 26, what were the considerations that shaped the relation of the Mughal rulers with their contemporaries? Question 27, how did Akbar's quest of religious knowledge take shape? How did Christian missionaries interpret Akbar's religious ideas and why? So the question number 27 is into three parts. One by one you have to answer them. With this we complete the 3-mark question series. Continuing with the third segment, that is the 8-mark question. Question number 1, discuss in detail with example the various aspects or process of production of Mughal chronicles. So you have to deal with each and every step regarding or related to the making of Mughal chronicles. Question 2 in 8-mark series, discuss the distinctive features of Mughal chronicles with examples and also their writers. Question 3, describe the elements that went into making of the Mughal ideal of kingship. In 1 marker and in 3 markers we did it in parts. Here you have to write all about the ideal kingship. Question number 4, the heart of Mughal empire was its capital city where the court assembled. This is a statement. In the light of this statement, explain the importance and features or working of Mughal capital and court. Question 5, assess the role played by women of Mughal imperial household. Though you have to name all the women related to their use of power and you have to explain their role. Question number 6, what were the distinctive features of Mughal nobility? How was their relationship with emperor shaped? Coming to question number 7, discuss the major features of Mughal provincial administration. How did the center control the provinces? And question number 8 in 8-mark series, what were the concerns that shaped the Mughal policies and attitude towards regions outside the subcontinent? So with this, the questions of 8 marks is completed here. Let's move on to segment number 4, that is questions based on sources and figures from this chapter Kings and Chronicle, and we will go page wise as I told you before. Page number 224, figure 9.1, Mausoleum of Taimur. Questions are, write the origin of Mughals. Second question, who coined the name Mughal and why? Third, what is shown in the figure? And fourth, who were Chagatai Turks? Second question, page 225, figure 9.2, Humayun's wife Nadira. Question, what does the picture depict? Second, what was the full name of Humayun? Third, when did he rule? 4, who drove Humayun into exile? Fifth, where did Humayun take refuge? And the last question here, what was the importance of Iran for various Mughals? Coming to page number 227, box, the flight of written words. Question, who wrote this excerpt? Second, what is the difference between spoken words and written words according to this excerpt? And then third, what was Chirage Shinsai and what is a khat? So you have to explain these two terms, Chirage Shinsai and khat. Fourth question, page 228, figure 9.3, a folio in Nastaliq. And the questions are, what does the figure depict? Second question, what is calligraphy? Third, what was Akbar's favorite calligraphy? And the next question is on page 229. Question 5, page 229, source 1, in praise of Tasveer. Questions are, who has written this excerpt? Second question, why did Abul Fazl consider the art of painting important? Third, how did he seek to legitimize this art of painting? And fourth, why painting became a source of tension. And five, how was this tension resolved? Again, you can see these two questions are repeat from the previous section. Question 6, page 229, figure 9.4, a Mughal Kitab Khana. Questions are, identify the different tasks involved in the production of a Mughal manuscript. Second, how did a finished or completed manuscript indicate or look like? Third, how was the work of manuscript production recognized or rewarded in a Mughal court? Seventh question is page 231 from the box, Travel of the Badshah Nama. Questions are, where is the Badshah Nama preserved presently? Second, who gifted Badshah Nama in 1799 and to whom? Third, who is or are the authors of Badshah Nama? If there's one, you have to write one name, or if there are more than one, you have to write their names. Next question, about whom is this illustrated book written? And next question, how many volumes have been written of Badshah Nama? For every box, every source, please read the source and box and my notes and then answer the questions. Page 232, question number 8 from the box, the transmission of notion of luminosity. Questions are, who gave the idea of ideal kingdom in Mughal court? Second question, what does Fare Azadi mean and who developed this idea? You can again see the repetition of this question. Next question was, who was Sheikh Mubarak? Name his sons. Now question number 9, page 233, figure 9.5, painting of Jahangir and Akbar. Questions are, who has made this painting? Second question, what does the picture depict? Third, what does halo round the head show? And fourth, where was this idea of halo adopted from? Students, when you sit and answer these questions, keep the figure or the source in front of you and then answer the questions and my notes as well. Then answer the questions. It will be very easy to find out the answers. Question number 10, page 234, figure 9.6, a scene from Badshah Nama. Questions are, who has painted this picture? Second question, what are these types of paintings of Mughal chronicles called? Third, what does the painting depict? And fourth, who was Prince Khurram? Then there's another question in this set. Observe the picture carefully. What does the niche below Emperor's throne signify? So when you are looking into the picture, observe each and every portion very carefully and the pictures made, the minute pictures made, and then you have to answer the question. Answers are given, again I repeat, in my notes if you read them carefully. Question 11, page 235, figure 9.7, Jahangir shooting the figure of poverty. Questions are, who is the artist of the painting? Again, second question, identify and interpret the symbols in the painting. Third question, what message is conveyed through this painting? And fourth, why was justice regarded as such an important virtue of monarchy in the Mughal Empire? Question number 12, page 236, figure 9.8, Buland Darwaza. Question, where is Buland Darwaza placed or situated? Second question, what does it signify? That is this Buland Darwaza. What is the significance? Third, why did Akbar shift his capital to Lahore and when? Question 13, page 237, source 2, Darbare-Akbari. Describe the main activities of Mughal court is the first question. Second, who has written this excerpt? Third, explain the word Cornish and axis mundi. These are two terms which you have to explain. Next question is, explain the forms of salutation under Mughals in their court. Again, this is a repeat. Question number 14, page 238, box, the jewelled throne. The questions are, what was the jewelled throne called? Second, in which chronicle is it described? Third, explain the excerpt given. Again, I repeat, you have to read the box or the source carefully before answering the question. Answers you will get definitely from the notes also, but then please read them before you answer them. Question number 15, page 239, figure 9.9, Shah Jahan honoring Aurangzeb. Questions are, who had painted this picture? Second question, what do the figures with big turbans in the picture signify? Which means, which type of courtiers are these people with big turbans? Third question, how were people, including the prince, placed in the Mughal court? That is the arrangement of court. This question has been asked in a different way in a different section. Next question is explain the complete picture. That is, you have to do the picture reading. Question number 16, page 239, Tuladan, figure 9.10. Questions are, what does the picture depict? Second question, what was Tuladan? What was this term Tuladan mean? And third is, when did this ceremony take place? On which occasion? And then what other festivals were celebrated in Mughal court? And the next question, last question, how was it celebrated? Question number 17, page 240, figure 9.1, A and B, Dara Shikoh's wedding. It is given in a huge manner as A and B. Questions are, what do these pictures depict? Second question, who was Dara Shikoh? And the third question is, where are these pictures found? Question 18, page 241, figure 9.12, a Mughal turban box. Question is, mention the rituals followed in Mughal court. Second is, how were the titles and gifts were granted in Mughal court? Question 19, page 242 and 243, figure 9.13 and 9.14. The inner apartment and activities. Question is, name the types of wives of Mughal household. Second, who all placed or lived in the inner apartment of Mughal palace. Third is, what was a harem? Fourth is, describe figure 9.14. Where would you find this picture and who painted it? So again, when you are reading the picture, read the content written near the picture, which is going to be of great help when you are answering the question. The next question is 20, question number 20, page 244, box question, the Mughal nobility. Questions are, who has written this excerpt and from which book? Second, when was it written? Third, how is Mughal nobility explained in Akbarnama? Question 21, page 245, source 3, nobles at court. I have given you certain terms which you have to write the meaning of these terms. Write the meaning of A, tajweez, B, nazr, C, peshkash, D, zaat, E, sawar, F, shekhzada, and G, dag. All these terms have come somewhere in the chapter in different contents, especially related to the nobility. So please write the meaning of these words. The nobles in the Mughal court is the content from where you have to find these answers. Then next question is, who has written this source or this excerpt? Third question is, what is the observation of writer about relationship between Mughal emperor and his officials, that is nobles? Question 22, page 248, figure 9.15, the siege of Kandahar, and figure 9.16 on page 249, Jahangir's dream, because both the picture relate to the same topic or same content. Questions are, who were Safavids? Second question, what was the strategic importance of Hindu Kush? Third, why was Kandahar a bone of contention between Mughals and Safavids? Fourth, who was Shah Abbas? Fifth, who besieged Kandahar in 1622? Seventh, what does the figure 9.16 depict? That is the Jahangir's dream. What does it depict? And seventh, did the two rulers ever meet? So these are the questions which have to be answered for figure 9.15 and figure 9.16. Next question is question number 23, page 250, source 4, accessible emperor. Question is, when was the first Jesuit mission to Akbar's court reach? Second question, how is Akbar portrayed in this source or excerpt? Third is, what were the considerations that shaped the relation of Mughal rulers with their contemporaries? Now here there is another question here in the source is that you have to compare source 4 and source 2. In source 4, the emperor looks to be accessible and approachable, whereas in source 2, he looked a little strict. So you have to compare both. Next question is question number 24, page 251, Figure 9.17, religious debates, and also a box, home and harem, and also figure 9.18, page 252. All these relate to the same type of question. So I have put all these three under the same head. Questions are: what does the pictures depict? Second, what does it explain about Akbar's attitude towards religion? Third, who has written the paragraph? Fourth, how did he view Akbar's attitude towards other religion? Next question, explain Akbar's religious policy. And the last question, where is the title in figure 9.18 brought from, and where was it fixed? So as you can see, all these questions, these 7 questions relate to figure 9.17, the religious debates and box, home and harem, and also figure 9.18 on page number 252. That is Akbar's, basically it is Akbar's religious policy and his tolerance which relates to these questions. With this we come to the end of this series of question of Kings and Chronicle. Thank you very much. डियर स्टूडेंट्स, अगर मेरा वीडियो पसंद आया हो तो इसे अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ शेयर करें, लाइक करें और चैनल सब्सक्राइब करें. थैंक यू.